Mamá, por favor. Mamá, no me dejes. Mamá.
Tranquila, ya no llores, ¿sí? Mamá va a regresar, solo se fue al trabajo.
¿Me lo prometes? ¿Me lo prometes, papá?
Mi amor, no te puedo prometer eso. Te digo que sí, que voy a estar contigo.
One of the biggest lies that I see on social media a lot is MAGA Republicans saying you shouldn't lose friends over politics. You are losing friends because of your morals, because you're not standing up and saying, I'm not going to vote for a man who would rape or grope women or assault them in any way. You are losing friends because you are allowing the kind of rhetoric that he spreads, which is hate and divide and racism. You are not losing friends because of politics. You're losing friends because you are supporting a man who is deplorable, who makes fun of special needs, who makes fun and makes racist comments, who degrades women and posts horrible, horrific sexual comments about women. And then I see you guys say, it's not a popularity contest. Yeah, he says crazy things sometimes, but that's not what I'm voting for him. His character matters. The president's character matters because it affects policy and affects every single person in the United States of America. And it affects how other countries view us and look at us.
You voted for a candidate endorsed by the KKK. For the rest of your life, you have to know that you voted the same way as the KKK. No ifs, ands, or buts. No doubt about it. Which I told him she was chiming in and agreeing because there's no way around it. You voted for hatred. You voted against women, against the gay community, against Mexicans, against blacks.
Yeah.
And you're gonna call yourself a Christian? I don't give a fuck if you go to church 23 out of 24 hours. You're a mean motherfucker. And I hope that they come after you someday when you're not expecting it.
I don't know about anyone else, but I am completely and utterly done with Trump supporters. Done. It's so funny seeing so many of them come on today after actively voting against women's rights, after actively voting for a rapist, coming on here and saying, no, but we can still be friends. We're allowed different political beliefs. No, babe, this is not a difference in political beliefs. This is a difference in morality. You voted for misogyny. You voted for the political party that is the only party that has got repeal the 19th Amendment trending on Twitter, which for those that are slow in the back is the amendment that gave women the right to vote. You voted for the party that wants to take away no-fault divorce and force women to stay in abusive relationships. You voted for the party that wants to force 10-year-old rape victims to give birth. You voted for the party that wants to wait until women are nearly septic before they get abortion care. You voted for the Andrew Tates of the world, the women and little girl child traffickers of the world. You voted for a man who says he grabs women by their genitals. That is the example you are setting for little boys and girls across this nation. You voted for a man who bragged about walking in on Miss Teen USA pageant winners changing. You voted for a man who turned to a 10-year-old child once and said that he would be dating her in 10 years. You voted for a man who said that he would be dating his daughter if she wasn't his daughter. Men all across the internet right now are saying your body, my choice. And you think I have a shred of respect for you? You think I want to be your friend? If you're a man, I think that you hate women, that you're a misogynistic pig. And if you're a woman, I think you hate yourself and that you want to cater to whatever the nearest white man next to you tells you. And you don't care about trading in your sisters for access to a white man who probably will cheat on you with a younger woman anyway because he views you as his property. You don't have any moral high ground saying that we should just be friends despite having political beliefs. That is like asking me if I want to be friends with a Nazi at this point. We have completely different moral values, and I want nothing to do with you. I have spent the last couple days blocking anyone on social media that I know voted for Trump. I will be completely cutting off anyone I know that voted for Trump. I want nothing to do with you. I will never support a Trumper's business. If I know that you are a Trumper, I will never buy a product from you. If you are a Republican man, you will never touch me with a 10-foot pole. And if you are a Republican woman, I will never be your friend. I don't even want to be in the same room as you. If I go to a restaurant and the person that's serving me is a Trumper, I'll walk out of the restaurant. I will never work for a company that my boss would be a Trumper or that the CEO is a Trumper. I am completely and utterly done.
Writing off friends and family because of their political beliefs.
I really need other white women to stop acting as if they're saying something monumental by denying marginalized groups' ability to be upset that their friends and family would vote for someone who wants to pass legislation that would harm them. This isn't about respectability politics. This isn't about being nice or polite to one another or understanding or tolerant. This is about whether or not I am willing as a gay person to be associated with people who want to see elected officials in power whose goal is to strip my rights away. If you vote for someone who wants to harm me and my community, you're not my fucking friend. If you are in my family and you vote that way, I don't want to be fucking associated with you. This isn't about, oh, well, they like sushi and I don't, so I don't want to go out to dinner with them. This is violence. Voting for someone who wants to harm marginalized groups is violence. And the numbers are out there. We all saw how most white women voted. No one is shocked by your take. Nobody. And you don't need to clarify your political beliefs or how you voted, because this statement alone clarifies that you do not take the threats that marginalized groups are facing right now seriously. You don't care. It doesn't affect you. So why would you cut off a relationship over it? Simply put, because my time is way too valuable to spend it with people who aren't going to protect me, who aren't interested in ensuring that my rights and the community that I am a part of is protected. I just hope that when they start repealing same-sex marriage, interracial marriage, women's ability to live independent of men, when they start doing all those things, I hope it hits you like a bag of fucking bricks that that is the system that you upheld, that that is what you voted for, and these are the people that you are harming.
We have to be nice to each other. Politics isn't people, people is. Love thy neighbor. I'm not sure who wrote that, but he was a he. Men write books. Women read. Recipes. Do you know what red and blue make? Purple. Purple is Barney, and he wasn't here illegally because he's a dinosaur. They were here first. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to work together. There's so much hate. Reach across, make a friend.
They actually kicked me out within 5 minutes of being in there because they watched my videos and they knew who I was, because they don't like my political views. And they didn't let me film in there. They said I was harassing people. Have you felt harassed by me today? In any sense of the word? Do you know that they stopped me from going in here?
They did?
Yeah, they kicked me out because they don't like my content, because I don't agree with them politically. They gave me my money back. Isn't that wild?
We're all equal.
I should go in with you and say he's a Trump supporter.
We're all equal. We're all equal.
Who did you guys vote for?
Oh man. Well, not Trump.
No? How about you?
No Trump.
You voted for Trump?
Yep.
Who do you think I voted for?
Kamala? I'm gonna say Trump.
Who do you think I voted for? I'm a lesbian.
Well, now that you said it that way, then I don't know, right? I'm not gonna assume.
Yeah, you
So
assume away. That's part of the fun. I'm not gonna get upset either way. From New York, but I live here now. That's also tricky, right?
Yeah, that's even more tricky. That you just threw me off even more. I don't know. Maybe for Trump. I don't know.
I voted for Trump. Voted for Trump. Absolutely. Love it. Absolutely. They said I was harassing people when I was just interviewing them, like I'm interviewing you. What do you think about that?
I'm against that. I don't think that we should. If people are feeling harassed, that's one thing, right? But I think that you should be able to talk about your political views, whether they're wrong, right, indifferent to whoever else you're talking to, right? That's why I fought for this country.
People have different opinions. Isn't that amazing?
All the time.
Hey everyone. So I'm just here to help anyone out who doesn't understand why how you voted in the election is strictly a difference of opinion that we can all just go on with. So a difference of opinion is you like coffee and I like tea. Maybe you can't stand tea. I know I don't like coffee, but that's okay. Like, drink your coffee. I'm totally cool with it. And you're totally cool with me drinking tea. I'm not forcing it on you. When you vote to outlaw tea, and punish tea drinkers, that's no longer opinion. You've acted on that opinion to put yourself above tea drinkers. And now, because I'm a tea drinker, my life's in danger. Because I could be punished just for liking tea. So that's not a difference of opinion. You've made an action. You've made an action that's endangered my life and the lives of so many other people. So it's not a difference of opinion. You've made an action. And the consequence is that there are some people who are not going to be friends with you anymore. And there's some people who aren't going to have a relationship with you anymore. And the reason for that is because we don't trust you. You voted to put yourself above us and to punish us. That's not an opinion, that's an action. I have the right to make myself feel safe. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making myself feel safe. I'm making the other people around me who are now in danger, I'm making a safe space for them too. So this is not an opinion. You took action, and these are the consequences for your actions. If you don't like the consequences of your actions, one, you're not alone. And two, it's your actions that have to be looked at by you. And I wish you luck with that.
All right, Trumpers, come and get me. Hey, listen, we got some breaking news. So you know how a while back I said that I've never talked to my sister, like it's been a long time because she's a Republican. We don't ever speak, et cetera, et cetera. She reached out to me the other day. It was just freak of nature out of nowhere, and kind of had a long conversation. She did apologize. Clearly I apologize here, just for simplicity. But here's the thing. She actually ended up talking to me about how she's really just disappointed in how that the Trump administration always seems like he's out for himself and the family's out for themselves, and that they made all these promises that they were going to do all this good and nothing has come of it, and that we were going to make affordable housing and all these jobs and the market good for everybody, and nothing has been done. This has nothing to do with the Republican Party. Let me be clear on that. This has everything to do with the Trump administration, and that's what she told me. She said, this has nothing to do with the Republican Party. She said, I'm disappointed in the Trump administration for what they said they were going to do. They have not done. And she said, and for that, I'm sorry. And we kind of made an amends. So hopefully your family can do that. I didn't ask for it. She stepped up. But hey, at the end of the day, you got to realize the man is not doing what he said he was going to do. Trumpers, come and get me.
Imagine voting for a political leader you strongly believe in, only to discover that the decision is creating tension with the people closest to you. That is becoming part of the conversation among some Trump voters as political disagreements increasingly spill into family relationships, friendships, workplaces, and social circles. For some supporters, the issue is not simply that friends or relatives disagree with their vote. It is about what that vote represents. Immigration, the economy, healthcare, tariffs, abortion, or Trump's style of leadership. These issues can become deeply personal, especially when people on opposite sides believe the future of America is at stake. Some Trump voters say they feel judged, criticized, or even pushed away because of their political views. On the other side, some family members argue that supporting Trump conflicts with their personal values, making it difficult to separate politics from relationships. But here's the bigger question. How far should political disagreement go before it destroys a relationship? America has always experienced political divisions, but the intensity of today's arguments is forcing some families and friendships to make difficult choices. For some Trump supporters, the question is no longer simply whether they support the president. It is whether they are willing to lose relationships over that support.